As you may know, Wednesday will be my last day here at the anchor desk, and I've been sharing a look at some of the memorable stories that I've reported over these 40 years at News 4. You've seen already the biggest stories and my favorite stories. Tonight, a look at some of the celebrities I've met and interviewed along the way.
I was going down the aisle, just gonna stop, parked on the side curb, run in the store, get the Nivea. I see this cover. I went, whoa! One of the richest women in showbiz!
There's a reason Oprah has been among the most powerful figures in media. She connects immediately and makes an impression.
I went, ding, ding, ding. Ah, that's great.
I flew to Chicago and interviewed Oprah Winfrey in 1993 when her popular talk show was moving here to Channel 4. I sat through a taping, waiting to talk to her, and had to be honest about what I saw.
It finished up strong. It started out a little slow, but it finished up real strong.
See, even Jackie says it was slow.
Yeah, thank you.
No, but let me tell you, Jackie.
It wasn't your fault.
No, Jackie thought it was slow. Now the truth comes out. You thought it was slow. Jackie, I thought it was doing pretty well.
Just
you know
the first
why?
half.
Because first half. Now it was the first segment. Now it's the first half.
Sorry.
You felt what they felt.
And during those years in Oprah's career, the buzz was all about whether she was getting married. And I had to ask.
It is such an amazing thing.
When is the wedding?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not telling you.
I have to ask.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling anybody. It's going to have to be private. Jackie, I'm doing everything I can. Look at what's become of us here. Look at what you've resorted to get the answer to this question. You are going to have to go back home with this tape.
Begging me. They're begging me.
I am not telling. I've just got to maintain a private moment.
She remains one of my favorite interviews and favorite personalities I've been lucky to meet. I was also lucky to meet David Letterman in 1996. Photographer Rich Ursing and I spent one wild day in New York City among the human hot dogs and Rupert's popular deli.
Is Buffalo anywhere near North Tonawanda?
Absolutely.
Though he wasn't warm and fuzzy, I think he appreciated our brief chat.
In Buffalo years and years and years ago when I was a kid, my uncle and I drove up there.
We learned his bottom line for guests on his late show: they must be prepared.
If I can see that look in their eyes, which says, you know, to me, I'm in Buffalo now, then I don't, that's fine, go to Buffalo. There's nothing wrong with that, but don't be here if you're really in Buffalo. And I lose interest very quickly if that happens.
I left him with the latest News 4 fashion, and he left me with a question.
But there's a lot of information on this shirt, though, isn't there? I mean, do people have the patience to read this entire shirt? Wow. Thank you.
Timing is everything when it comes to celebrity interviews. I had brief studio encounters with Carol Channing, Merlin Olsen, Shirley Jones, Colm Wilkinson, and many others. I emceed events with Sam Donaldson, Blythe Danner, Barry Bostwick, Scott Hamilton, Robin Roberts, Deborah Norville, and more. I sat down at the 12th with David Cassidy for an interview, and later met with Doc Severinsen shortly after Johnny Carson left The Tonight Show. Feminist Gloria Steinem was generous with her time during an interview at UB, and so was Hall of Famer O.J. Simpson when I interviewed him in L.A. before the Bills' third Super Bowl. It was 6 months before his wife's murder.
Because most of the players know me, so I get easy access to the players. Even when they say they're not doing any interviews, I can, like the other day, Thurman wasn't doing any interviews, and I bumped into him in the hall and kind of took him in a headlock, and he came and gave me the best interview he's ever given me.
When I was on the panel for the James Cain-Jack Kemp congressional debate in 1986, I was the first questioner and asked the prime question for local voters.
Mr. Kemp, are you running for the presidency in 1988 or not?
Well, I've expressed a very strong interest in the possibility of a race in 1988.
And I was at the 1988 GOP convention when Kemp, despite a hearty show of support, narrowly missed a chance to become George Bush's vice president. And then there is Mary Wilson, Ralph Wilson's widow, Dr. Candace Johnson, the CEO of Roswell Park, Governor Kathy Hochul, former UB, now Syracuse coach Felicia Leggett-Jack, and BPO music director Joanne Falletta. Each one of them a powerful woman using her powers to lift and improve lives in Western New York. I'll always remember the response of Archbishop Desmond Tutu during his visit to Buffalo in 1989, and our rare one-on-one interview when I asked him about the future of the racially divisive system of apartheid in South Africa.
Will you see an end to apartheid in your lifetime?
I believe so, yes.
I've had numerous opportunities to cover sports figures over these decades, including Phil Hansen, Big Ted Washington, Pat Williams, Lee Evans, and Eric Wood and Andy Levitri, as we all teamed up to fight MS. I did a series of reports on the soft-spoken and friendly Buffalo Braves great Randy Smith. And during the Super Bowl years, I met so many big names, including Chris Berman, Warren Moon, and Muhammad Ali. And after the Bills' fourth Super Bowl loss, I asked the Reverend Jesse Jackson to offer solace to Bills fans.
Well, 0 for 4 in winning the Super Bowl, but 4 for 4 in getting here. And that's what 27 other teams cannot say.
You owe me 15 grand.
But one of my most exciting and engaging interviews came when I landed a few minutes with actor Paul Newman. He was a popular driver in the Dallas Grand Prix.
It was gorgeous.
Photographer Danny Somerville and I traveled to Dallas to produce a series of reports as Niagara Falls was preparing to host its first, and it turned out only, Grand Prix. Newman was well known on the circuit for not giving interviews, but we asked him so many times, he finally agreed and talked about winning.
Well, yes, I should. I always teach my children, winning isn't everything, it's just all there is. And of course, when I put that up on the wall in the children's room, Joanne puts a one up right next to it that says, winning isn't everything, it's how you play the game.
I've had a host of opportunities over these 4 decades to meet the famous and the familiar, and I learned long ago that beneath it all, we are all just the same. Hopes, fears, dreams, disappointments. No one escapes, and no one is born better than you and me.